performance.
Well, he had a flat-out insane game, setting a new NBA record for threes in a game, passing the 14 that Klay Thompson hit back in 2018. The new record holder told me, quote, "I was just in the zone. Everything was going in. It was the best feeling in the world." And it was so much fun to watch, guys.
It was a lot of fun to watch. Thank you. On the court for Minnesota, the big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Bones Hyland is out there with Smith. And it's Edwards in at the three, the small forward. Pass to Doncic. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. He's looking for James and finds him. LeBron is doubled. Clock at 4. Let's go. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Smith launches it from deep. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Smith's got 6 points. As we've mentioned before, MP took a bit of an unusual path to the NBA. He spent some time in Europe to develop his skills before finding his way to an NBA roster.
And going overseas to develop is something that more than a few players have done before. For a guy like MP, it offered a chance to learn what it means to be a professional and really refine his game before jumping to the NBA.
Doncic, happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The three. Out to Edwards. Carries it from three-point range. Edwards got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Smith outside, a three ball, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
We've got Hayes, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Jake LaRavia. Then there's Smart, and it's Reeves in at point guard. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Smith for three. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Well, he's been resourceful tonight, not wasting opportunities.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, the Lakers have been looking for a consistent presence at center, and in DeAndre Ayton, they've acquired a walking double-double and a capable lob threat to pair with Luka Doncic. Ayton has a lot to prove in L.A., I'm told, but this pairing is certainly one to watch.
Quite a tandem. All right, Shams, thanks for the update. Minnesota making a switch here. Shannon's checked in. Smart passes to LaRavia. Good, and Smart gets the assist. LaRavia's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Keeping the eyes up. Smart play.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. For 3, Smith got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
All right, fans, this is your Lakers Bureau.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Marcus Smart. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Edwards is checked in. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Edwards against Reeves. Shot clock at 6. Doncic outside. Luka hits the three.
The skill of Doncic at 6'7", 230, it makes him an impossible matchup defensively.
And Minnesota has possession. At one point, they led by 16. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. Start a 3-game homestand with that game.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Launches a three. Reed with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Naz Reid is a much-beloved player with the Timberwolves, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner.
Yeah, he is, Kevin. I'm not sure the fans in Minnesota love anyone more than they love Naz Reid, not even Anthony Edwards. They appreciate his consistency.
Two and a half minutes now. Smith checked in for Minnesota.
Smith.
Puts up a three. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Hits it from three-point range. Smith's got 30.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Doncic with a screen for LeBron. 44 seconds left in the first half. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. For 3, Smith connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
James against Edwards. LeBron kicks to Hachimura. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Minnesota ball.
Austin Reeves is checked in for the Lakers.
Number 15, Austin Reeves.
Here's Minnesota. They're on a 13-5 run. And Smith with the stuff.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And so it's Minnesota with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Right back after this break.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Los Angeles Lakers.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe two of me.
Now that is a scary sight. Two of you.
Well, we're going to need a bigger fridge, Ernie.
All right, guys, let's swing it over and see what the fans have been posting. All right, fellas, we've got a question from Crossover Zeddy. Shaq is the Diesel. Kenny is the Jet. Why doesn't Ernie have a nickname?
Ernie does have a nickname. It's EJ.
Those are just initials, Shaq.
Oh, like MJ?
I still don't think that's a nickname, but I think we can all agree EJ is the MJ of studios.
And you could just call me the Elevator.
Ooh, Elevator Ernie.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Some changes. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Jake LaRavia comes in for Hachimura. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Austin Reeves. Timberwolves also changing it up. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Bones Highland comes in for McDaniels. And Smith subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, on-court spots filled by Edwards and Randall. Smith is out there with Bones Highland. And it's Reed in at the 5 spot. Smith for three. Good. Another from three.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive, but he can't do it all by himself.
So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league, but if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot. The Lakers are trying to maximize what LeBron James has left in the tank. Coach J.J. Redick said, when you get to coach one of the greatest players ever, you take a lot of joy and pride and excitement in that. And it's my job to help him in these last few innings of his career. Guys, back to you.
A rare opportunity indeed. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. For three, Smith. And again for three.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking him down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. Over in the corner, Edwards. This one for three, connects again from distance.
And I don't think I have ever seen a player this dialed in from deep.
Well, with that make, he's now, Greg, alone in second place for most threes in a game. You know, at this point, you have to go for the top spot, right?
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again,
good, another from three.
He's scorching hot. Another three.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
The Lakers have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
That free throw good from Doncic. Good on the second free throw. He makes all three. And so the ball's out of bounds. Reed touched it last.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Timberwolves on top. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The guard pair will be Doncic and Reeves. He's out there with Jared Vanderbilt. And it's LaRavia in at the 3 slot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away. change here. Smart's checked in. Reeves outside. Hands it from downtown.
Catch and fire. Reeves always ready to pull the trigger.
Timberwolves leading by 17. Here's Smith. Got a hand on it. Throws it up high. The shot's good from Hayes. Hayes has got his first bucket in this one.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Kept alive, Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, when Randall is playing with that kind of energy, he's tough to keep off the glass.
Hayes with it, and it's Reed picking him up. Back to Hayes. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Nice shot by Smart.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Ayton, he's checked in for Jackson Hayes. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. James checked in for Jake LaRavia. And Doncic connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. That three pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. For three, Smith. And again for three.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. It's a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the ball higher and higher. Triple after triple. Catch him if you can. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Randall dishes to Smith. From downtown, and another one falls.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. Reeves. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. The drive by Smith. And Smith with the stuff.
Good read by McDaniels. This is the kind of team-first attitude he brings to the floor.
Over to the left wing. Back to Doncic. Fires the three. And good! There's another.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Smith for three. He got it again. Sensational.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Ayton kicks to Doncic. Fires from deep. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Minnesota.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats. Yet another bucket.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games.
Good, he hits again.
And that puts him even for 3rd on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
I'm at a loss for words. Greg, his has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see.
And to equal a mark set way back in 19.
Another bucket! Wow!
The good times keep rolling. Now tied for 2nd all-time in scoring for a game.
Well, you know, the way he's been able to maintain his focus on offense all game, GA, the defense throws everything at him, but he still is scoring.
When Kobe did what he did back in 06, I never thought we'd see something like that again. But tonight has been an absolute legendary performance. I'm still in shock that we've seen 81 twice now.
And so it's the
80 points. Only 2 people in the history of the league have reached 80 points before tonight, MP. What are you feeling right now?
I feel pretty incredible. I'm sorry, I'm not usually at a loss for words, but I'm not sure what to say right now.
Understandable. Congratulations.
Actually, I know exactly what to say. I told you so. Anyone who doubted me, for all the people who never believed in me, look at me. And now look at you. And to any kid out there watching this right now, and you're trying to achieve something great, don't listen to the haters. They're gonna lose and you're gonna win. And when you do, make sure to let them hear it. Because the flowers are never as loud as the hate. And that's all I gotta say.
Great words, MP. Thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll see you next time.
Hey, I just texted MP. 80-point game is crazy. I'm about to start calling you Lil Kobe. Hey, congrats, my man. Shout out MP.
James. James.
We are. When I'm nervous, 2 of you are going to save us almost an hour. Okay, I'll hold it.
That's enough. Great. Go take a break. How's that? Run of a camera.
Oh, glad you asked. We'll be making weekly slideshows by continent of our top 5 target players.
Us?
Yeah, you. You want shorter meetings, right? So synthesize, gather, review, summarize, and I'll capture the
There's an air of anticipation in the building, and especially for this young man, MP, playing for the first time on his home floor. A special moment for sure. Thanks for joining us on a picture-perfect Sunday night for some NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Indiana Pacers. With Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And alongside us is Shams Charania, who'll be hanging out and chatting with us for a bit. Shams, great to have you with us as always, man.
Absolutely, and BA, there's a...
Proving the $1.5 billion sale of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Shams.
How about that? An absolute steal. We're never going to see a team sold for $1.5 billion again, BA. And when you see a team selling like that, it means more investments are coming. The Wolves play in the second oldest arena in the NBA, so I'm told getting a new one built over the next decade is the next order of business for the Timberwolves.
Feels like the right time for an up-and-coming team. They were almost there last season. On the floor for Indiana. At small and power forward, it'll be Mathurin and Siakam. Tyrese Halliburton is out there with Shepherd, and it's Huff in at center. Back to Halliburton, fires from deep, and so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Most of these guys in the league love the three-point answer. Halliburton is no exception.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked him what his strategy was for slowing down Tyrese Halliburton, and he said to guard him tightly. Even when he's dribbling the ball up the floor, I want us to be aggressive. I don't want him to have any breathing room. Let's see how much pressure they bring tonight against him. BA?
Allie, thank you. And when it comes to NBA moves, a pretty great summer for the state of Texas, Shams.
A ton of action in Texas.